Yeah, we are here, man. It's been what, 3 weeks?
Man, it's been a minute.
It's been 3 weeks, man. You know, man. Hey, man, husband like a motherfucker, man. But hey, we are here. We are back. We're glad to be back. Spence.
Grease.
SO.
So how you feeling?
I'm good, man. I had an eventful weekend, man. I'm good.
Yeah, well, he came here slow walk. Glasses on. Yeah, I know that. Look.
Drinking water.
God bless me.
How much you drink, man?
Man, everything.
Ooh.
Tequila, mostly tequila and clear. I can't do dark. Dark, I wouldn't be here. I'd just be
Where you gotta let the people know where you was at last
Oh,
night.
I was at the West Side Oasis, man. You know what I'm saying? The homie, shout out to Jamila's moms, man. She was celebrating her 60th.
Nice.
Man, I've been old people clubbing the last 2 nights. I went to Mariposa on Friday. I seen the happy birthday balloon, but it was the 5 on the O. Like, God damn. That's gonna be us in about a couple of years. We're gonna 50 in the club, popping.
Is there a difference?
Yeah, it is. Because the music, they was playing like late 90s, like mid 90s shit.
That's dope though.
It's dope, but
It's
I
dope.
think they the first wave of like older people clubbing.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
just looking at that is different. So I think it's gonna be the norm by the time we get that age.
Yeah, I haven't kicked it with like older crowd yet. So I don't know the difference between like how we be kicking it
Oh,
and like how
nigga.
they be kicking
They
it.
turn up more
Different.
than us, man.
You think so?
The old
Man,
cat daddies
they
being
turn
there.
up.
Deep,
They
boy.
be turning up,
Sugar
man.
daddy central. Oh, they be in there. They the girl with suits, like church suits.
Oh my goodness gracious. No, we cool.
You gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta think too, man. They seasoned vets. They've been
Yeah.
doing that for 30, 40 years, man.
Mhm.
So you know they know their lane, man. They know they drink. They
Tricking
know
off
everything.
buying drinks, everything. Boy, that cat daddy clubbing is different.
It was crazy walking in there last night. It was like a
Yeah.
time. It was like a time capsule.
Mm. You know, I've never been. We used to go back in the day to when it was called Seven Seas, man. We used to go back in the day. We used to go in there and get the fish, but we would just go to like the kitchen.
Yeah.
portion.
Yeah.
I ain't never been in
To the dance part.
Yeah.
That's what I told them last night. I told SO, I said the only part of Seven Seas I ever been in was like the alcohol part. That was the only part that I ever been inside. Like
You didn't
other
go to
than
the kitchen part.
never went on that side.
That's wild.
Never
Yeah,
went on the
it's
side.
all one now.
Yeah.
So like how it used to be a water divided, it's just all one spot.
Yeah, I ain't never going.
That was like
on
the
that
fourth
side.
time I've been in there.
Okay.
Ever in life.
Just like the what is it, the post, man. I walked in there one time and I said,
I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
cool.
good.
I'm cool. Shout out to the West Side, man.
Yeah,
Shout
hey,
out
man.
to the West Side, the Dirty Flow. So, man, it's been
West Side product of my environment.
Yes,
man.
yes,
You know,
absolutely.
that's where we was at, man, on the West.
It's been 3 weeks, man. How's everybody been? The husband life?
Everybody is good. Well, I've been good, man. Family's good. We celebrating a birthday today.
Yeah,
my
absolutely.
daughter 18th birthday. You know, so we celebrating that.
That came so fast.
Man, yeah. Who you telling?
Man.
I was
18.
man, as the minutes was clocking down last night, I was like, yo, I'm about to have an 18-year-old. It's crazy.
Wow. Both of
But-
y'all got 18-year-old kids.
I got two.
Yeah.
You got, ooh. That's
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I got a 6-year-old today, and my son turns 18 on Halloween,
Okay.
and my daughter turned 18 in May.
Comparison is like the thief of joy. When you see them at 18 and see yourself at 18, what are the comparisons? that you
Oh
make?
man, they way better than me.
Are
I'm
they?
like, fuck yeah, man. I think that's the part of me that's like the most proud, and I don't even. And it ain't nothing that I can really like. I mean, I can. I can jump for joy. You know what I mean? But it ain't nothing that they can really like relate to.
Right.
I think so. But to me, I'm like, man, they're way better than where I was at 18.
How so?
Way. First of all, at 18, I had already had a kid. I mean, I was 18. I was working. I was working already, but my head wasn't on, man. You know what I mean? There were so many other things that I probably could have did in life at 18 had I known or had the guidance to do so.
Mhm.
But I fell within that trap where like you just kind of like you graduate, you have a kid, you graduate, go into the workforce. You know what I mean? And now when you look back on this, like there are so many other things that I could have did. I feel like to see how they're moving, man. Yeah, they're way better than where I was. and that's and I'm very very happy about that. Yeah.
What about you, Grace?
Yeah. I mean, for the fact that like I know with my oldest, she definitely is better than both our parents, man. But it's how you look at it. I know when I was 18, and I talked to my dad, he said I was more advanced than where he was at. So
Mm.
I know for with my daughter, she's more advanced, and she's in a better situation than my wife was when she was 18.
Mm-hmm.
Because my wife when she was graduating, we just looking at just the simple things. Malaysia actually attacked school different,
Yeah.
than we did. So she got like a 3.8 GPA. She's mapping out her future already, having a different understanding. Because like you just said, we was taught to graduate, go to college, get a job. That was kind of it.
Yep.
With them, they got opportunities to do whatever they want to do. So I know with her, she was thinking about doing traveling nurse, but also like real estate. It's like she got it mapped out, like what she want to do. So
That's live. I just always wondered that, like when people have kids and their kids get grown and they compare themselves to themselves, how does it differ?
Oh
Yeah.
man, they passed me up a long time ago. Oh man, once they hit about 10th grade, I knew. I was like, little shit as parents, we get on. But as far as like the big stuff,
Mm-hmm.
nah, man, I've lucked up. I've been lucky.
That's dope.
Can't say that for my parents, but shout out to them.
yeah, but no, that's how exactly is how it's supposed to be. Even now, like when I look at my pops and I look at myself at 40, and my pops when he was 40,
Yeah,
they were just trying to make sure that I'm making better choices and I'm in a further position than he was.
yeah,
And that's exactly how I look at my parents too. I'd be looking at them like, what was they doing when they was 40?
yeah,
And me and my mom, we just talked about this yesterday, and it's financial because she retired too early. So now it's trying to manage that pension and
Yeah.
that money because now she's like, well, I know you're in real estate, but you need to be doing this, and this, and paying into Medicaid or this.
Mhm.
And I'm like, Mom, but I don't want to be getting a check for like $800 a month, man. Like that's what I'm retiring for, because that's what like Social Security, like that small bit of money. So that's why I be so at that point where I be like, man, I got to get to it. I got 20 years right now of earning potential.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That I can go the hardest I can for 20 years.
Yeah.
And
What-
then make whatever I can.
What does that look like? What does that look like when we get older?
What, Social Security? I don't think it's gonna be there when we get to that age, to be honest with you. But even if it's there, it's not gonna be enough to sustain, the lifestyle that we have while working. That's just my personal opinion. So I think we just gotta minimize like my housing. Like I'm real big on my housing bill. When I get to a certain age, I don't want my mortgage to be this high as it is now.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just
What kind of loan you
I got to refinance once already, but my interest rate 2.9. So I can't
Are you like
refinance it lower.
paying extra now?
Yeah,
per
yeah.
month? Yeah.
Mhm.
That's kind of like the thing. Like I see what I did learn from working with older people who were closer to retirement. They wanted all their big ticket items taken care of. They didn't want a new car. If they did, it was gonna be leased. You know what I'm saying? But they wanted their house to be paid off. And then I remember working with a coworker. He kept working just to pay off because he had got a divorce. And he was like, man, I got to pay this off. So, my wife is out, my ex-wife is
Yeah.
out the way. So she can't touch none of this money over here when I do this. And I'm like, damn, man, that's crazy. He was like, yeah, I got to make sure this is paid off and this is this. And I'm
Yeah.
like, and it's going to be crazy because I talked to my mom and I say the same thing. I don't think Social Security going to be there. That's why I be telling my mom, like, why should I pay into something that ain't going to be there? Just giving your money away,
See, I guess that's where my fear comes in. I'm not fearful of death, right? We know death is inevitable, but I do fear when I have to retire and I can no longer put in the work that I used to be able to provide. And what does retirement look like? You know what I mean? So these things, having your house paid off, knowing these certain things, I'm unaware of right now. You know what I mean? It scares the shit out of me. I ain't gonna. When you really can't put in the work like that. You know what I mean? Like now, if I now like say, you know, I lose my job or something like that, and I can be like, well, shit, you know what I mean? I can bounce back. I'll find something, and
Mm-hmm.
you put in the work. But when you get up there to that
aged
age
out.
where it's kind of like, I can't do that no more. What do? You know,
It's scary.
that fear, that is a big fear of mine. A big
Major.
fear of mine.
Major. No, but that's that keep you up at night. That's that head of the household stuff that we always be talking about. People don't be thinking about
Mm-mm.
that type of stuff, you know, because I'm thinking 20 years and I'm thinking about my kids' future, they kids, you know, because I felt like that's my job as the head of the household to be helping instruct and lay out the foundation for the family so they can understand like this is how it's supposed to go. Because if I'm the one who has the wealth of knowledge,
Yeah.
let me be wise and pass it on. You know, not just keep it to myself and be that type. No, let me help set the foundation up because that's kind of how I'm doing it now. That's why I feel like my kids are better because even with Malaysia, you can do whatever you want to do, but you're going to be a real estate agent too. Because I work for yourself.
Yeah.
Find whatever you want to do, but you will do real estate because people need somewhere to stay. You don't got to sell houses. You can show rentals and make a lot of money doing that. But there's always a need for you. Period.
Yeah.
Just like a nurse, you know, being a travel nurse is good because there's a need for you. But that's a lot of school, real estate a year, and you put yourself in a position. The harder you hustle, the smarter you hustle, you know, the more money you make in this industry. Because that's just really what it's about, you know, just being that person that's available, you know, being seen by everybody. So they say, hey, I want to use your services and then just following up with it. And now I'm teaching her through my fails. You know, I didn't follow up with this one client or I didn't do this and do that. So now I'm able to walk her through don't do this, don't do that. Because I'm happy I'm messing up so she don't have to mess up when she come in the game. So she's already ahead because now she has it in her mind like I'm gonna do this and this. But then what makes it even much doper, I can be lazy, a last minute. Her mom be on top of stuff, so she got her mom with like right now she working 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never worked 2 jobs, so I'm like, damn, they never worked 2 jobs at one time. You know, never worked 2 jobs at one time. Like just managed one. I just did one job. So she doing that. That's her mom hustle. That ain't me, but she got like both of us in her, and she's just making those strides. So it's an amazing thing, you know. So that's why I just sit back and look at where we at, you know, just in general. Like I be with you, nervous about it, because like you said, when we 60, I look at my dad, I'm like, yo, like and seeing what he's going through.
Yeah.
I know you look at your pops, you know, you be like, man, like we don't know,
and it's coming.
and it's coming,
whether we like it or not. It's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that we have to be prepared for. And I know right now. See, because you know, that's the shit I be thinking about. Do y'all be seeing like the memes or people be like, you know, fuck them bills and all that shit, which I understand, but they be like, you know, fuck them, take them trips, man. Them bills not going nowhere.
Yo.
And I be like,
all right, the back end of that, think about it. It ain't too happy if you ain't got the money to handle them bills. It gets nasty. I watched my mom die like that. Like my mom died, she was under my roof. She was living with me. She didn't have her stuff really together financially the last 2 or 3 years, and just watching her go through that kind of made me more focused on, all right, when I reach a certain age, I don't want to be like that. Even with my dad, he's under my roof now. Actually, today I'm moving him in this adult living apartment. So, you know, I'm moving into this apartment. It's a 55 plus apartments, like lifestyle and stuff like that. So watching him go through that and helping him do that, I'm like, man, when I get to this age, I ain't got no kids. So I'm like, when I get this age, it's just gonna be me and wifey. And if wifey gone and I'm still here, it's gonna be a sad case.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy, man. Hey, congratulations to pops, man.
So I'm just looking at how
that's gonna be different, man. Pulling up to the crib, pops ain't in there, man.
And they rent so cheap.
How does he feel about that?
He's excited. Actually,
he's excited.
Yeah, it's a brand new spot. It was built in like 2019. It's brand new. Like, you know, I had the Cox cable man come out there and hook it up, bought him a TV and everything, got the furniture stuff packed up straight. So he gonna be straight. They say the STD rate is high in like your adult living spots. So.
I can
wrap it up, pops. Wrap it up.
A whole bunch of freaky mics in there.
Because you know they say you know you hear a lot of people say like when they get older, you know, you don't put them in no home.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Now my mom and them, they moved into a 55 and up, you know, joint, and it was crazy because just our family dynamic. Because you already know how we set up. It's just we always hang out at my parents' crib. You know, we always all the family. So when they went up there, can't have company like that. So that kind of hurt them, but it was actually dope for my mom and them because
Community.
it's a community. They all look out for each other, you know,
Mhm.
because they, you know, and then they were up there around COVID time, so they moved up there right before COVID, and then COVID happened. So it was kind of crazy because they you know they up there with senior citizens,
Yeah.
and then like the neighbor like down the hall I think had passed, and,
Oh,
and it was just crazy how my mom was telling me like. They would go and check on the older ones, like the 70s and up, because they seen them walk around with respirator. Man, like you said, it's a whole community. But yeah, man. But to hear that, man, that's crazy, man. The STDs.
High,
baby.
They know what they want, man.
At that point,
I seen it was like I gotta find this clip, man. It was like on Instagram. It was like, man, my grandma just cheating in front of my grandpa. She just had a whole dude come in the house. The grandpa was laying on the couch, just playing with his phone. She had a whole nother man walking the house. She's like, look. He said, look at my grandma, man. She just cheating on my grandpa. Was over like, man, I ain't worried about her. I said,
man.
dude. I said, I hope I ain't like that with the wife.
I know a situation, man. The wife was like in the hospital. She had a stroke, so she couldn't move. So she hospital bed in the living room and all that. Nurse coming by, husband was smashing the nurse.
Wow.
Shit.
So, you know, I think the wife knew it but can't do nothing. She laid up. She kind of like body can't move. And I think he did it in front of her, but the nurse would come by, you know, do a little extra stuff and shit. And it was just like, man, that's a fucked up position to be in. You can't do nothing, and you know that your spouse is just cheating on you with a person coming through helping you. That's nasty. That's nasty.
I mean, when I get that age, man, what's the point of using a condom?
That's why they STD rated.
Fuck it. I'm already taking them.
You ready
I'm already taking 10 medications. What's one more? Shit. Fuck it. Put it right next to the high blood pressure medication. Shit.
Oh, shit, man. They ain't came out with a cure for HIV yet.
man.
Damn.
Whatever. Shit. Whatever.
Spence when he get old, his motto gonna be it's just a pill.
Hey, this is Bill, man.
One pill away, huh?
Shit. But now that you know they got that they say in Atlanta they already taking it. They be the women out there take it. They pop it like what is it called?
Is that the PEP?
Yeah,
pills?
Prep.
I've seen the commercials for them shit.
Prep. Yeah, they take it. They just pop it, even if they ain't got it to be
Safe?
yeah.
That is a thing, though. I know a girl that got HIV. She takes it, a pill. She said it goes undetected when she takes a pill, but she has to take it like every day. She can't skip a day.
Right. So yeah, I was you know, it be women in Atlanta that takes it.
Are they really women?
I was
Them commercials. Be.
I think so, but it's called Prep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, right quick. I had an Atlanta experience with my wife when we went down there. So first time I went down there, went down there with Neo.
Yeah.
And crazy different experience, man. But I never had went to at that time the downtown mall or whatever it was. What's it called?
Lennox?
Underground. Underground. The underground, like they had an underground mall out there in Atlanta. So I go out there with my wife, and we out there with some family now, and we go down to the underground, and we just walking in there. So as we walking through, I'm just noticing, just seeing and peeping the scene.
Yeah.
A lot of thugs, you know, everybody in there doing their thing, and I keep hearing like, hey, whistling. I'm like, man, these cats mad disrespectful. So I'm saying like, man, they trying to holler at the wife because I feel like, you know, they know we West Coast. They know we ain't from out here.
Yeah.
Because we don't dress like this. So I'm just thinking they messing around with us. So we keep walking. Hey, what's up? I'm like, so I turn around. You're like, nah, talk about you. Oh, my goodness. Man, I grabbed a wife so quick. Ripped her hands and stuff.
Save me.
Man, hey.
Protect black men.
Hey. Hey, I was uncomfortable, man. That was, hey, I was like, yo. Hey.
That's how I was in New Orleans, man.
Yeah, New Orleans is like that too. Yeah.
Because they don't, you know, Bourbon Street
When you go down low,
when you go down too far,
Get
it
real.
turns into
Rainbow Central.
it gets
Oh,
real.
okay.
It gets real, and I'm talking about trench coats. Trench coats dig out just
Oh,
like that. Yeah,
no,
yeah. But the best burger spot is
Is-
on that side of town.
Is it?
It's on Bourbon Street. Yep. In over there in Ukraine. So you got to cross over. When you cross over, it's just kind of like, hey man,
Gotta get this burger spot.
but that whoo, they put like an egg on it. Oh my god.
No shit.
Yeah.
What's
man.
the name of it?
I can't think of it, but
Yeah,
I'll tell y'all. I'd have been twice. So
New Orleans got some good ass food.
for the burgers, right?
I gotta give it some years before I go back again because I'm starting to hit like might be a little overrated. And I don't know if that's because I didn't have Waffle House now.
Oh, you.
So
you
now when I
addicted
go, now when we go to Louisiana, I'm kind of cool on all the restaurants. But take you to Waffle House.
Hey, man, you
That's
sound
any place in the South.
you sound like my wife, and she go, we gotta go to Waffle. I'm like, yo, but I get it. Now Waffle House do be slapping.
Best
though, man.
hangover food. Best hangover
Yeah,
food.
and then they be rude too. That's kind of like
Yeah.
dope too at the same time because it's like I get it, I understand it.
Yeah, they get mad, but it is a popping spot too. Because I know when we went to every time we go down south, we do hit.
Got
It
to.
seems like the only one that don't be hitting is Arizona.
Yeah.
Arizona seem like they don't.
They
be,
too clean.
Their Waffle House don't be. Yeah, the
Their Lolo's
good.
is better?
Yeah,
It's the original.
yeah, that's the where it's original.
Oh, no shit.
My God,
Yeah, that Lolo's is good out there in Arizona though. But they're
fire.
but yeah, that
Huh.
that Waffle House out there.
No,
No, it ain't getting it. Gotta get them people from, like you said, from the South, from Mississippi.
With your cookout
you know,
sauce on
yeah,
a cigarette.
Louisiana, Texas, where they mad that they there,
what was that? I remember when we went for Mardi Gras,
Mm-hmm.
and it was one Waffle House. They closed at 1:00.
They close?
They closed at 1:00.
They must have had a fight or something.
No, the lady was like, "Look, we've been here since 9:00. We are tired."
The fuck
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell no.
Yeah.
Close this motherfucker at 1:00.
Yeah.
This shit is 24 hours.
Yeah.
They closed that motherfucker. She said, "I've been here since 9:00."
I'd have report them. Call corporate.
Like, man, but see, if you go to New Orleans for Mardi Gras, you gotta be willing to go elsewhere because during Mardi Gras, they shrink the city and everything is closed.
Mm.
So you really got to pick and choose where you're gonna go
Mhm.
because it ain't just I want to go to this spot. No, this shit is closed because of everything on the parade route is closed, and it'd be like you be thinking it's one parade, but it'd be like 3, 4,
Mhm.
4, 5 at the same time,
See.
and it
See, I gotta-
shrinks the city.
I mean, I'm one of those people like that learn from my parents to where when you see something, you just learn, you stay away.
Mm.
When I remember growing up watching Master P,
Too many
I'm
drunk
about
white
it.
people.
no, I'm watching about it. I'm about it and seeing how gangsta and I never
Stay in
want
the- but you got to stay in the tour spots. It's just like here.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You got to stay in the tour spots. You be cool. And it's actually
how
like,
you know. I mean, I'm not
No,
trying to
you
go.
know,
you know. because once you leave Bourbon Street and drift off a little bit, it get real sketchy.
That's how.
Naked City type.
But see, that's how it was. Now, when we went to Miami, it was the same way.
Miami the
But
same
now
way too.
Miami is set up a little bit different because they got them high rise condos, all off Biscayne and all that other stuff. But you pimp right around that corner,
Mm-hmm.
it's poverty. And man, like I told you, man. Well, so another story. Another story.
I wonder how it is to be homeless in like Miami.
I don't know. That's crazy though.
I never thought about that. That's a good
Yeah.
question.
Out there, man. I'm
Yeah.
like homeless.
On the beach living. But that was the same thing we were seeing when we seen homeless people in Hawaii. It was like, damn, man, how you
That's
get here?
insane.
They
How you
got
get
gangs
here?
in Hawaii. I've seen a
Oh,
documentary
yeah, as
about
big as they
like
are,
Bloods
actually.
in Hawaii.
Yeah.
As big as they are.
Yeah. But what's so crazy about the island is like going to the different islands. You can't do nothing. Like if something pop, like you gotta go to the other side if a volcano.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
volcano happen on your side, you got to go to their side, 'cause that's where the evacuation route is at. You know what I'm saying? But just seeing out there, like, how y'all tripping in Hawaii though?
They
Like,
really tripping.
they really tripping though. But that just shows you how powerful music is.
Is it
too.
similar to like New York, where it's like the boroughs and you gotta like, or is it just straight different islands?
See, and I'll say this from game banging. Every city has is different. So LA has its culture of game banging. And that's just LA culture. And that's kind of where it started at. So that's kind of where people always tend
Was it?
to.
I thought it was Chicago.
Chicago got banging. They bang different.
But Crips and Bloods,
yeah, it's
Crips and
Cali
Bloods,
thing.
like Gangsta Disciples and all that
GDs,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, that stuff started.
Chicago.
But
Yeah, because
The
they always say like Cali is like the capital of gangbang, but I'm like, it didn't start there though.
yeah, because it
It
just
started in Chicago.
But it was-
I mean, New York, if you want to be real. Gangs in New York. The Irish
sure.
mobs, the Italians, and all of that. They was the original gangsters. Then from there, spun to Chicago. Then from there, Cali took
But
the
I'm
colors.
thinking game banging that we know
yeah,
today.
that we know of.
Is
Yeah,
California.
California.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, because you always have the steps, but the actual Crips and Bloods started in California,
Yeah.
and that was in the late, early 70s
Mhm.
and type of stuff. So just having that understanding is that even here in Vegas is different, because you had the first whatever came out here and established Crips out here in Vegas, and then you had the Bloods, but it's all different because we're not set up how LA is set up. You got the Coast, you got the Jets, you got Crip City, Little Crips.
Yeah.
You had all these different places, but you had that one street that went through all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But then you think about how big those neighborhood sections are. You know what I'm saying? They got blocks.
Yeah.
Like you can't go over there. Like that's their store for real. You can't go over there.
yeah.
So it's just like New York boroughs. They stacked on top, but you can't do drive-bys on them because I stay on the 70th floor, bro. You can't shoot me.
Mm.
Everybody, that's why it'd be different. That's why you see the gangs over there in London. Them cats using machetes and
Yeah,
stuff. Like it'd be
yeah.
crazy. It'd be crazy. Yeah, crazy. Like what kind of gang banging y'all got going
See,
on?
Because I'm so used to like our communities. So like I was looking at like old Chicago shit. Like I didn't know Cabrini Green was as big as
Huge. I think it was the biggest project in Chicago.
huge.
Yeah.
You know
and
what I
they
mean?
towers, and I think when you like in the low, if they can snipe you. type
Yeah, they
shit.
was doing that. They
Yeah.
had snipers on the roof.
Mhm.
But it's like you take away those projects and then you just where do these people go? And then now you wondering why
Crime rate so
the
high.
crime rate is so
Everybody
high.
scattered.
But no, that's like I said, man. When I seen I'm About It, just to see how
Yeah.
gangster they was, and they
Yeah.
were just shooting people. Catch this bullet.
Yeah.
I wasn't seeing that in the West Side out here in Vegas. I'm like, bro, they out there. But that's how I felt too when I seen Banging in Little Rock.
Oh, with the
Now,
white folks.
Oh no, well, but now I'm a kid at the time.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when I'm seeing this,
fuck?
I'm a kid. So I think Banging in Little Rock came out, what, 90, 91?
94,
Yeah,
93,
something.
94 -ish?
Somewhere around
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
So for me, it looked different. Gang banging in Vegas.
Down
that-
south game banging different.
What I seen, we didn't have them old long rifles and all that. Man, it would look different, bro. Like it was
Yeah.
different, bro. And that's when you get exposed to the different, everything,
cities and
different
how they-
cities and how they roll. Because like I said, man, New Orleans, nah. Man.
See, back down there since I've been there twice. I got a lot of family out there, but I haven't been yet. I still haven't been.
Still been Alabama yet, huh?
Yeah,
Gotta
And I
go,
got
man.
A lot of shit out there. I got a lot of family out there.
Gotta go, man.
We got a lot of family in Chicago too.
Mhm.
But as far as Louisiana go, I think there are three different. So you got the tourist destinations, you got like the gentrified hoods. It is getting gentrified, like Magnolia and Calio Project. All that is gentrified now.
Mhm.
But you got the tourist destinations, you got the hood, and then you got the sticks. I felt safer around the hood.
Right.
The sticks.
It's the woods. It's the woods.
That's
and
what I almost got attacked by that hog.
Yeah.
Nope. And
a
he
hawk.
a hog.
Oh, a hog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We went to like it was like a booze cruise.
Uh-huh.
So you could it's like a boat.
Go in the swamps.
Yeah, and then
Uh-huh.
you drinking and you playing your music and shit like that. And so we just sitting there, man, and we're waiting. And I see this I'm talking about this big ass hog This hog is huge. I didn't know they got this big, bro, but they like,
Yeah.
it came up to like my chest, right?
Mhm.
So I'm noticing it. It's like, it's down there by the street. So it's about 50 feet from me. And it's eating, but it's slowly creeping like closer and closer and closer. So we waiting for our Uber. And we like, man, this motherfucker. At this time, we the only ones out there.
Oh,
I
shit.
said, hey, man, this motherfucking Uber got to come on, man.
It's a real
And,
booty shit.
man, so by the time the Uber come, I'm talking about, by the time the Uber gets here, the hog is by the wall, at the wall right here.
Oh, hell no.
And I am fucking terrified. So what the Uber does is the Uber swoops in. It's this black lady. She swoops in and try to hit that motherfucker, right? Now this motherfucker's pissed. And I ain't even know hogs growl,
Mhm.
right? And it like shot towards the side of the car. So she swooped in like this, right? This the car. Wifey and everybody on this side. I'm on this side.
Mhm.
So I think the hog is going this way. And so I open up the passenger door. And that motherfucker's right there in the crack. Man, I'm down there, tore my arm off trying to jump. I had a little crack, man, that motherfucker, man, it looked at me and I said, oh shit, man. I said, man, I can't die from the hog, man.
Right.
The motherfucker, the things was long as hell, man. I didn't know they was like,
They get horns like that.
yeah.
Yeah, niggas don't know how to fight a hog. Like, huh?
Nah, them motherfuckers eat anything,
Ain't
man.
nobody. It just imagine running across a razorback, bro. Like you see what I'm saying? Like a
Yeah.
hog. Like that's what you did.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So that you see these different type of animals, bro. Like in the South though too, they grasshoppers, everything different, bro. Them joints like.
Oh yeah. See,
You see they bugs, bro?
I ain't been there yet to where like
Man.
I'll be seeing like squirrels and raccoons and
See
shit.
all that shit.
But and then in the sticks, like they really be driving around with like AKs and shit in the trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Confederate flags and some more shit. Like,
Yeah,
you
so
just
that's
taking a
cool.
roll with it.
That-
You gotta
I
go to
mean-
Alabama, man.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go.
we
I
gotta-
gotta go.
I
I got
gotta-
too much
I gotta
family
Alabama
out
trip,
there.
man.
I gotta take a trip with you too, because it was funny that I had seen a documentary about Mobile on YouTube. It just came across because I was watching something and it was kind of related. And I said, man, that's where my brother from, man.
Yeah.
And I was looking and I was like, that's crazy, man. Because when you see the town, I'm like, this is where SO is from, and it's
Yeah.
a small town, bro. Like compared to where, like,
Mhm.
I was just like, that is amazing, bro. Because even when I tell my parents, they're from Chittister in Camden, Arkansas. Like literally population, like if we the elementary
Camden,
school
yep.
don't even exist no more. Where they like, oh, that's where we got married, and they church was like, you know, like one of the small churches where it hold like 40 people.
Oh wow. See, our family's so big out there. We got a family plot out there. So I keep on saying I gotta ask my mom. I'm gonna ask my mom, my grandma, because fucking around and me and SO be related. I
That'd be
got so
crazy.
much family out there, man. I got a lot of family out there, but I'm cool on the sticks, man.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. So what's been going on in your world, man? It's been 3 weeks, man, and
Been working, man. For the most part, working and just trying to save money, man. As soon as I save money, something happened. Get the garage fixed, hit me for a ticket.
Ooh. Oh yeah, that's right. You went to some weddings and all that stuff too.
Yeah, I went to the wedding in Cali. Yeah, I went to LA wedding.
Yep.
Shout out to them.
See, he been moving.
Yeah.
He can't even remember.
I
and stuff,
can't, man. It's been so long, just weddings and shit. But
It was also them drinks at West Side Oasis last night.
that could be a thing. That could be a thing, man. But yeah, man, it's crazy because they got married. They were older, like mid-40s. Got married first time. Well, second time for one. But yeah, it was cool just watching like they know what they want to do and it was ready, man. It was a cool event.
Yeah,
I gotta give them credit for it.
You think that when you get older, as you can say, is it a good thing to know what you want, or because you know some people can be stuck in their ways? Because I know some people that are older,
Yeah, you can't teach your old dog new tricks.
that are single,
Yeah.
you know, and they don't, you know.
Yeah, for them, I think they were in a relationship for a minute though too, like
Okay.
for some years, and then they finally just got married. So I think it was easier for them, but like just brand new, like dating and getting married, the whole thing, I think it's harder.
So for the second one, what do you think? I don't want you putting
No,
names
I
up.
ain't saying no names, so yeah.
Nah, but what do you think? What do you think that is for that person?
I think life. You just realize you've been with this person for so long, y'all know each other. Let's just go ahead and do it and make it official. Share each other's last name and build the rest of our lives out together. I think the first time it didn't work, I think it was on some young shit. I was young, didn't know no better. It was like short lived, like a couple months. So it kind of don't count, but it counts. But I think as they got older, they realized, hey, this is our life. We got another. Yeah.
That's still you still trip me out with that. I was like, yeah, man, we about a week. How long was you? You said your first one was
90 days.
Blinking, it's over.
that tripped me out, man. That tripped me out.
Young decisions, man.
Yeah, one of them type of things.
I just feel like as younger folks, man, and that's the one thing that I like put on. I try to relate to my kids, man. They think that because they're happy and they're in love, that young love, that it's supposed to just be this extreme fairy tale.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you could be happy in your relationship without having to go to super extremes. Yeah. And I feel like marriage or children are extremes. And normally we jump into these things during the honeymoon phase of our actual relationship and not when we really know each other.
Right.
Yeah.
So now we in situations that we can't get out of, and now we getting really to know each other. And now I'm realizing I don't really like you. And now you fucked. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm trying to you know what I mean? I didn't ever play with the love word like that, but if that's what you so choose to do. But just realize that y'all got a lot of life to live.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And everybody, you're not gonna be with every one person forever. Not at y'all age. I don't feel like it. Now, is there exceptions to the rule? Yeah. And you don't have to move like that, but you do have to know there is a chance that this may end. So you don't have to go all in on every relationship. And then, we also, man, you got to realize, man, shit, love don't equate to forever either.
True. That's true.
You know what I mean? So just have your fun, man. Have your fun, man. These kids these days, it just seems like they just want to jump into seriousness so fast, man.
I mean, it just depends on It depends. I guess it depends on what kids you. I mean, I would hope to see some kids that want to jump into something serious, because all the other kids that I'm seeing out here, they just want to be pimps and hoes, bro. Like they just want to be out there. They want to be free. You see what I'm saying? Like you talking about STDs at the older rate, bro. They 10 times worse with them 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old kids. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, because being around youth football, just hearing these conversations with these kids, bro, it's like what we experienced in high school ain't nothing compared to what these. Because I can honestly say, going to Western, you knew who had the weed, bro. You knew who had the weed. You knew who had this. You knew who had. Everybody got it. Everybody got the vape pens. Everybody got edibles. Everybody got the pills. Like we wasn't doing pills like that. Like, well, it wasn't
that big.
It wasn't prominent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like taking pills. You probably had people who were doing them, but people are drinking. It's like high school crazy. My wife working at a high school. It's crazy. They took lockers out.
They ain't got lockers?
They don't got lockers no more, bro. They took the lockers out. They have special smoke detectors in the bathroom that for vape only, bro. Like it's crazy.
That's crazy.
They unlock one bathroom so they can just monitor. Like you see what I'm saying? Like how it's going. Like this, it's crazy. We will be dipping off doing our thing, but like now they have it to where a bag of Skittles can be some edibles, bro, and you sitting there and you wouldn't know. Back then, we didn't have that, bro. You didn't have that.
Yeah, we just had trick offs in the bathroom.
And weed and dice games in the
That's
bathroom.
Dice games.
Yeah.
Now, these cats got more money than I don't know what, bro. These cats be out here at school with $4,000-$5,000. Like, where you get $5,000 from, bro? You in the 11th grade, man.
I think part of that, like, it's so complex, man. I feel like we as parents, we are enablers, right? We put our kids in positions to where they feel they have to grow up fast. On the other hand, I feel like while they have more resources, they ain't too far from what we was doing.
No.
Not too far. They just have more reasons to exploit themselves, shall I say.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think they'll come to as they get older and realize, damn, they missed out on a lot.
But how much damage gonna get done until they come to that realization?
That's where free will comes in.
Also,
You know what I mean?
and I also think it depends on the person, because like the way that I try to things that my wife might be okay with my daughter doing, I'm not okay with.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it just depends on the person, because they might be okay with, no, you can, nah, man, keep this down. You don't talk to no niggas like that. Talk to this person. Don't do this. But you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
So certain things, that's why I said it depends on the person, because she might not be okay with my son behavior, but I'm okay with, because I understand the other side of it as a man. Like, nah, that's not going to stand, because this is what he see his dad do. Like my son is seeing me at the crib in a marriage. That's what he's going to want, because that's what I had wanted. Because I can see that, now, at least for me, people who parents wasn't married, do they get married? I do see it, but it's like, it's later on in life, like me and my wife, like we've been together since high school.
Yeah.
Because that's what I grew up around seeing. And my dad was my hero. So I'm like looking at him like, okay, this is my role model. That's what I want. So I wasn't a hoe like that.
Yeah, man, like I said earlier, man, I consider myself lucky. But we do as parents have to realize the damage that we've done to put this generation in the position that they're in. You know what I'm saying? Like, too many of us are living our lives through them. And so when they talk about failing generations, I believe when it's all said and done, our generation will be the one that failed the most. You know what I mean?
Damn, you got no faith in us, bro.
Man, look, man. And then, when you talking about marriage, man, I look at marriage like how people look at gangbang. I do.
They do be kind of like said. Married people hang with married people.
But like, you know how niggas that be, people who are in that life, they'll be like, hey, man, don't do this. You don't want to do this. That's how I am. I'm married. I'm happily married. But if anybody asks, I'll be like, nah, don't do it. Because I know how, like, it's serious, man. Yeah. It's for real, man. And, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but I'm like starting to be a real like statistical dude, man. And it is insane. Like I've been really diving into it. That's why I've been diving into it. And you got a better chance of winning the lottery than having a successful, happy marriage.
Really?
Yes.
How they come over with those stats, bro?
Bro, the divorce rate is so fucking high.
It's high.
But who
filing for divorce? It's the women that's filing the divorce. So it's the women that's breaking up their homes. It ain't the men leaving. It's the women leaving.
Because, I don't want to speak for women, but I feel like because at some point women start to realize this is only a great business decision for you. You get all the bags. You get the spousal. You get half of everything. You get support for the kids. Where do I win at? I get to pick up the pieces and leave and try to rebuild.
But it's easier for men to rebuild after the divorce than I think it is for women. Because when women get divorced, and I'm being sexist as shit right now, when women get divorced, a lot of times you don't see them getting remarried. They're the ones that's more than likely dying alone. Men, we bounce back. We'll date younger. Money case situation. We pay this money to be with this chick, whatever, be grown or old or whatever as we get older. But a lot of them 50 and early 60-year-old women, a lot of them that get divorced, they be single.
Because I don't know if you can continuously get. I don't know if you can continue getting spousal support if you remarry.
You can't.
So when you start weighing your options at that age,
Right.
is it the bag or marriage?
But I mean, at that point, then it's like, well, companionship is more important or money important? Because you getting the money, but you losing out on companionship.
I mean, you can have companionship without getting married.
Yeah, you can. You can. I see a lot of daughter, what is it? Son husbands and daughter husbands situations. But then they rely on their kid, they grown adult kid. Hey, let's do this together. Let's do this together. And then the kid get frustrated, and it's like they trying to live their life and build with somebody. Damn.
I'm just saying, man. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but
You
man,
getting older.
I'm being
You starting to look at shit from a different point of view.
from a
Stats, bro.
statistical standpoint. I'll be like,
He said it's stats.
Yes.
the divorce rate is
Divorce rate is like
not. I'm not even
80%,
just talking.
ain't
I'm
it?
not even talking about just black. You know.
Yeah, you
like,
talk about just in general.
community,
Yeah.
just in general.
Yeah.
The divorce rate is insane.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean,
why would you want to put yourself in? It's almost like why would you? It's a bad investment.
so I think like too with this also, this is just the business, side of just thinking.
Yeah.
Marriage is promoted a lot more, so of course that's what's being commercialized. So you're gonna have it's a business, just like I mean you can't.
I don't even think it's a business. I think it's a
It's a
hostile takeover. To be honest with you,
it's a business.
because I get married, she get my last name.
But you got to think. I'm talking about the actual ceremony. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a business.
Yeah.
Las Vegas is known for what? Quick marriages. You see what I'm saying?
That's
So they
the
start
thing.
promoting all these things, and like you said, so you got people coming out here believing in love at first sight, which does happen, and stuff in some cases, and these different things. But you just, you never know.
Do you think it's an American thing that divorce rate is high because we make divorces it's so easy to get a divorce? People don't thug it out through the tough times.
It's
you got the stats on that?
Yeah. It's a per 2023. Okay, so in 2021, a total of almost 700,000 divorces occurred across America.
Yeah.
During that same year, there were a little over, there were almost 2 million marriages that occurred.
2 million marriages, 700,000 divorces.
So that means
That's like a third, one third.
Mhm.
there were making the U.S. marriage rate 6 per 1,000 people.
It's crazy.
And then a quick Google shows that when you get married, you have a 40 to 50% of first marriages in divorce. The divorce rate is even higher for second marriages, which is approximately 60 to 67%. That is in any business if you looked at that information.
So this is this is a real question that I had with a person going through some stuff. Is divorce really a failure? If you really put everything into it, both parties did, and it just didn't work, and you just say, "Hey, this is what we're gonna walk away from." Because I know we always look at things and try to find the negative, like looking at divorce, like, "Oh, yeah," but sometimes stuff don't work.
Yeah.
Maybe they needed to do that. Maybe we wouldn't, a lot of people need to walk away from their situations a lot earlier.
Yeah.
But I was talking to my pops about this about a week ago. The laws need to be updated, because I had this conversation at work a long time ago.
Yes.
Right out the gate, baby come out, DNA test should be done right away to the dad. So that way that gets complications out the way. That's your child, is done out the way. But then, we had this conversation and women was like, well, what do you got to worry about? If you're not doing nothing, if everything, it is what it is. It's not disrespectful. We know that's your kid for sure.
Yeah.
It's just dads maybe, because that's what the society planted in our head. But we say, how much is a DNA test? Get that done. Right out the way. You see what I'm saying? And then you establish paternity, get a lot of stuff done, but a lot of women don't want that. Like, wasn't a lot of women, like women who were confident in how they moved, they didn't mind it. That's how we had kind of seen it. It was like, well, why are you? She was like, well, I know. Well, we don't know who you sleeping with. You know who you sleeping with, but we don't. I'm not with you 24/7 a day, and that type of thing.
Yeah.
But it was just conversational pieces because you see these type of things that happen, man. And I don't think divorce is a failure at all times because sometimes
Yeah.
a recycle,
I
even
think
with
it to provide structure, and I think a lot of people can't handle that structure, or they don't know the person that they married. People change. So
Yes.
then later on down the road, you realize, hey, maybe this ain't what I want. We ain't growing together. We're kind of growing apart, and then divorce is like an option. And like you said, it may not be a bad thing. It might be, hey, for both of us to have our peace of mind, we need to not be around each other and move on to something else.
And then when you said something, not to cut you off,
No,
I had thought about it too. You said their second marriage. I thought about Jeezy because I just thought about his divorce, and I was like, man, that's crazy because she divorced her first.
She the one with two divorces.
She did. No, that's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
that's why you said the second divorce is even higher
Yep.
because because I was just like, damn, that's crazy because I'm thinking, did she bring in those old habits from the first
More than
marriage?
likely.
And then Jesus was probably like,
Same with Kim and Kanye. That was a third or fourth divorce?
Yeah.
He the one had one. So who breaking who divorcing who? Who leaving who? They filing for divorce.
Yeah. I just, I'm shout out to those that really do it and it is working for them. But for the most people, not so lucky.
Marriage is the last of a dying breed.
I wouldn't look and say it's a failure if the vows wasn't there.
For better or worse, rich or poor, sick and health. all that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
If the vows wasn't there and we was just getting married, cool. But because of the vows, and I'm taking these vows, fuck.
But that's a
You know what I'm
long-term
saying?
commitment. And a lot of
lay it
people
out
don't have
for
that
you.
dedication for that commitment.
They lay it out for you, man.
It's a promise to God.
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 But yeah, that's the only part. Like when you start thinking about the vows, you be like, okay, yeah, I hella failed these motherfuckers. But yeah, man. But again, man, we don't have the hard discussions until we in the shits. We don't have the hard discussions until we knee deep into the shits, man.
True. Now, with my kids, like Malaysia, she's the oldest. It's just educating her on how to go into a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So that way that the stuff that we talk about. So that in the event that if you do get in it and you get married and you leave, you still have a foundation because of what we set up for yourself. When you're walking into a marriage, there's nothing that you need from this person. You just want to be with that person.
Mhm.
That person, completes you. And that type of thing. That's kind of the message I want to convey to my kids. So that way, hopefully they receive it that way. They still got to make their own choices when they get older, but hopefully the foundation is laid there to be like, hey, bring what you bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? Understand what they bring, but don't be judgmental. But once y'all get together, your job is also as a partner is to help pour water into that person, help complete that person because, I always feel God bring people together for particular reasons, and you never know what it is for. But while you're there, try to be positive and try to do that type of stuff and carry it on. But
We be saying sayings like family first and family over everything, but then how we not put marriage in that conversation because marriage is essentially your family that you're building.
Absolutely.
Nah, I like I said, I tell my kids, marriage is a beautiful thing. I tell them that you got to work on it every day.
And then you ain't gonna always have no good games. You're gonna have some bad games. You're gonna have some good games. It's days. Your good days and your bad days, but you're gonna get up there and play.
It depends on who looking at the game tape. I always had good games, man.
See, you go in denial. Be out there like you done this Haslam.
You know it.
24 years on the list.
Man, I told my kids, man, go out there and date who you want to date, and as many of them as you want to date.
Get the whole
You ain't gotta like fuck them all, but date as many as you have to, so you can find out what it is you do and don't like.
That's
You know what I'm saying? My fear is you run into somebody more, especially with my daughters, right? My fear is you run into somebody that's more experienced than you while you're still trying to find yourself. And then they turn you out.
That's gonna happen.
And then now Pops ain't got no say so. It's kind of like she gone in.
That's gonna
You
happen.
know what I mean? If you know what you do and what you don't like, now when you come to Pops, we can have conversations about what's going on. You know what I mean? And you coming to me for like advice and shit. But if there's someone, if you don't know these things, and then someone comes around and turns you out, the conversations with Pops are gone.
So you think that do you think your kid will be turned out with a strong foundation if you had these talks with them right out the gate like you're doing? Like, hey, date who you want to date, talk to who you want to talk to, type of thing.
Well, it's not necessarily about me, it's about my kid.
Right.
Right? So if you're actively dating, right? You're putting yourself in situations to where you see different people, you see different scenarios, you have different feelings. And then the more you do that, the more you come to realize, hey, I don't like that. Or I do like this. I like you, but I don't like this. And I know I'm not willing to take that on. I do like you, but you know what I mean? I think we could just be friends. You know what I mean? Like the more you put yourself in these situations, the more your options come. Now, if you don't know these things, and you come around a motherfucker that really knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Quick. You don't have those things though. I mean, it's just the nature of the streets. And this is how I go, man. You just gotta coach them up right. Because, at one time, like, I remember we was growing up, we wasn't them type of niggas, but shit. I got some friends who was pimps, man, and had it popping back then like crazy. Like I'm like, yo, I got this girl sleep with 30 niggas. Like, yo, it'd be crazy like that. Because they came across that person, like you said, and you just never know. But now, me witnessing that, oh yeah, I tell my daughters all the time, man, don't be falling in love with the Mackin. We not all about words. We're about action. We're not, because that's what it is. They'll tell you whatever. Yeah. But you also got to match with the actions, and you got to, so I'm telling them what to look for. So it's a lot of coaching you got to do because I'm a man, so I know how to, as they say, riz or whatever. That's what
riz.
Yeah, son gonna say, how you riz my mama up? Man, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, man. I'm him. I'm him, man. When it comes to your mama.
I never knew that's what that meant.
Charisma, yeah, short for charisma.
Jesus.
I just learned that today. I never knew what Riz was. I just knew
Riz was charisma. Yeah.
I just knew Riz was like spitting.
Damn, y'all gonna
Hey, that's crazy, man.
But see, the part of it too was I never cared to understand what it meant. Never understood.
Wow.
I was like, that's y'all term. So just like our parents, we getting old because it's something that I just don't care to understand.
Yeah.
I just don't care to understand. So,
I get it.
Yeah, like the ski eat, they be over at the house. I'm like, bro, what is this?
Nah, I don't know that one.
Yeah, that's the sexy red shit. See, that's what I'm saying. But my daughters, they're running, you know what's up? I'm like, oh my goodness. Yeah. And I'm trying to tell them that ain't music. But see, this is like you said, it's like it's the full circle moment.
Yeah.
Now, like,
are we to see Dolores Tuckers and now we see Dolores Tuckers? That's crazy.
That's what it is, bro. Yeah. Because my son coming here listening
on the CD.
Oh my goodness, my son coming here listening to. I'm like, bro, what are you listening to, bro? It just sound. It really sound like mumble rap. It sound like it don't sound lyrical. It don't sound nothing. I'm like, bro, that gets no play in the car. You do not get the aux at all, bro. You don't get the aux at all, man.
So since they be talking about it all this week, and then you was talking about, you want your kids to know what they like. Is 35 a high body count?
No. That's really low, to be honest with you. That's really low. I'm saying if you go through 7, especially in your 20s, well, if you're in your 20s, you're talking about maybe, nah, hell no, I ain't gonna do that. When you in high school, you talking about
35 for a 31-year-old.
That's not a lot.
That's hella, man. I don't get that.
What?
That's
35 motherfuckers, you ain't found nobody to be with, like long term.
Okay, hold on, because I gotta be realistic here. I probably pops like 4 or 5 a year in high school. Per year.
Yeah.
So that puts, even at the high mark, if you're talking about 5, 20. That puts me at 20. I know I went through
more than that, more than 15 in your 20s. Yeah.
But it's like
When you start adding this shit up, man, it's kind of like, hey, man.
But like you said, it's how society makes it look. You see what I'm saying? Like, and then it's also like, and this is just like you said, some sexist stuff.
Yeah.
But just look how men can have multiple babies, bro. Like, I can have 10 women pregnant at one time. You can only get pregnant once in 9 months. You see what I'm saying? And it's such a drastic thing that you go through. You see what I'm saying? But I can keep you're not designed to be moved that way. If you keep having sex with all these men, you get yeast infection. You see what I'm saying? Like, all this other stuff goes on. 35 to me, but everybody's different. You see what I'm saying? Because, you know, shout out to my brother Gifted. He might look at it because he's a nasty young man. You know,
He's
R&B. You know, R&B, Mr. R&B. But you see what I'm saying? But everybody's different because, you know, everybody might be able to look past that. You know, hey.
And they say a part of your soul is supposed to be with the woman that
that's
35 times.
That's that sage shit, man. I think 35 bodies is only a problem if I know more than half of them.
Okay.
1.
Close proximity.
2. As men, we don't like the thought of 35 bodies, right? But we only like, well, I'm gonna say this. We only like women with low body counts until we get with them. And then when we realize that they're not sexually experienced enough to satisfy us, we end up dogging them out anyways. So what would you rather have? If it took you 35 bodies and you know what I'm saying, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. But if you ain't sexually experienced, I'm gonna be 36.
So we gotta pick this up on the next one, man.
Hey, you can hey, the Husbands Club every Sunday, man. You can find me on Twitter at Just Call Me Spitz. It's JUS. Call Me Spitz. SVENC. Fellas.
Hey, Grease Balls, baby. At Call Grease on Instagram.
I am S to the O on Instagram